thanks a lot. I sure appreciate that. Thank you. It is great to be here. I was earlier today celebrating that great upper Midwestern tradition of deer hunting near the Canadian border. Got up at 3 a.m. Unfortunately, I was practicing a new conservation technique for deer called shoot and release. So I have some work to do on that front, but I'm delighted to be here. I want to thank your chairman, Matt Strawn, and Aaron Strawn. They're dedicating themselves to the improvement of this party and the conservative movement in Iowa. I want to thank Auditor Dave Voigt for his fiscal conservatism and being a watchdog for the public dollars in this state. I'm grateful for his service in the state of Iowa as well. Had a chance to spend some time with your Secretary of Agriculture, and this is an individual who was in Minneapolis recently and had a chance to learn more about his record, and some people in Minnesota helped him out, but Dave Northey understands agriculture. People in Iowa and Minnesota understand the importance of agriculture, not just from an economic standpoint, from what it means to the wisdom that comes to politics and the common sense that comes to public policy, because we have people who are working the land, contributing, and involved in public policy. To your Secretary of Agriculture, thank you for your leadership and service as well. You've got two former legendary governors in this state. I had a chance to visit a little while earlier with Governor Ray, and I've heard so many good things about him. It was quite a treat and an honor to meet Governor Ray, and also, of course, to be with Governor Branstad earlier as well. Thank you very much for your service to Iowa as well. We appreciate it. There are many other dignitaries in the audience tonight, and you're all very special for being here, and thank you. But I want to also recognize and thank United States Senator Chuck Grassley. He is simply one of the most honorable, most decent individuals you will ever meet, not just in politics, but anywhere. And let's give him a round of applause as well. Senator Grassley is one of those individuals who I think has changed Washington more than Washington has changed him. And he's been in the eye of this storm of health care reform for many months now, really many years if you look at the whole story. But Senator Grassley, I don't think that this bill would have been delayed without you. I don't think it'll be killed without you. I think we have you to thank for the fact, and many others, that we have stopped so far, and hopefully we'll eventually be able to stop this terrible bill from passing. Thank you for your leadership on health care as well. Now, some of you, I hope not all of you, have seen this goofy movie called Talladega Nights. Any of you have seen that with Will Ferrell in it? I mean, it's kind of a silly movie, but one of the scenes in the movie is he's at the family dinner table, and they're saying a blessing and a grace for very things that he's thankful for. And he's praying and thanking for Taco Bell and Kentucky Fried Chicken and various other things that he likes. But at one point in the prayer, he says, "And thank you, Lord, for my red-hot smoking wife." And I think that captures the sentiment about how I feel about the First Lady of Minnesota, Mary Pawlenty, who joins me, my red-hot smoking wife, Mary Pawlenty. Now, like you, spouses and significant others play a very important role in our lives, and with Mary, she's pretty good about giving me advice and making sure to keep it on the road. And we were out at our house in Eagan, Minnesota. We live part-time in the governor's residence and part-time in what we call our regular house. And some months ago, we were out standing in the bathroom at our regular house, and I was leaning in the mirror looking at myself. I said, "Mary, look at me. My hairline is receding. I'm getting all wrinkled, and my face is getting wrinkled up. I've been on the road eating junk food and not exercising at all. I'm getting all flabby. So I got these love handles kind of flapping over the side of my belt." I said, "Is there anything that you could tell me that would give me some encouragement or positive perspective?" She kind of looked over at me and she said, "Yeah, there's nothing wrong with your eyesight." Now, it's just a little story about seeing things clearly and the need to see things clearly. And as we gather here tonight in Des Moines, and we're in Iowa, we need to see things clearly, not just for Iowa, but for our beloved country. And I think you saw this last Tuesday night, the people of New Jersey and the people of Virginia seeing the need for a comeback in America and voting the Democrats out and putting the Republicans back in those two great states. So they have launched a comeback for Virginia. They've launched a comeback for New Jersey, and now we need to launch that same kind of comeback in Iowa, in Wisconsin, and in Colorado, and other places. There's going to be 37 governor's races on the ballot all across America next year. It's a tremendous opportunity, and we have work to do. Now, I hope that you feel like I do, that this is worth it, because we got a lot of people who look at politics and say, oh, you know, I'm skeptical, I'm pessimistic, I don't want to be involved. We need good people who are willing to step forward and to serve and to be in politics, and we need to get fired up and we need to be involved. Now, President Obama, when he was running for office and still to this day, he has this phrase that says, are you fired up and are you ready to go? The only problem is he might fire people up, but he wants to take the United States of America in places that the country doesn't want to go and are very harmful to the United States of America. So tonight I want to ask you, instead of asking you, are you fired up and ready to go, I want to ask you, are you fired up and ready to fight back? And when you have to scrap and claw to keep your farm or your small business or your family afloat, are you sick and tired of seeing the federal government bail out Wall Street and bail out big car companies and bail out insurance companies? Are you ready to fight back? Yeah. Now, in his victory speech in Iowa after the caucuses, President Obama promised, and he used the word promise, he was going to bring Republicans and Democrats together to pass needed health care reform in a way that, you know, we were led to believe it was going to be pragmatic and common sense and the like. He was going to bring Republicans and Democrats together. And now I ask you, are you sick and tired of having the Democrats trying to ram down this liberal monstrosity down our throats, which is their health care reform plan? Yeah. And are you ready to fight back? Yeah. Are you embarrassed? Are you embarrassed when Secretary of State of the United States is over in communist China on rhetorical bended knee, pleading with the Chinese to buy our debt because if they don't, the United States of America can't pay its bills? Are you concerned and humiliated when the president of France is lecturing us on the dangers of appeasement?